Well, hello there, YouTube. This is Laguna Bardwell back here for another live, recording. I can't say live stream because I'm doing a pre-recorded video. You know what I mean. Anyway, instead of going with the DOS theme like I've been doing for the past while, I figured it's time to go back to the PS4 system and do a game that actually, like, for me, it's kind of shaped. Not shaped me, but because it's a pretty new game. It didn't shape me as a person. I'm having trouble with words today, by the way. It's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, so yay, Friday. Maybe this will help me get a little bit more fluid in my speaking. Yeah, for those of you who haven't really been following my Twitter, I will give you a heads up. There's been a few different things going on over the past couple of months. I got my wisdom teeth out finally, which was fine. Nothing too major with that, except for the infection that always happens afterwards. They're like, oh yeah, don't need to flush out your gums with a syringe or anything like that. Your body will grow some skin up and push debris out. Yeah, that's bullshit. So yeah, I got an infection. Then they gave me the syringe. Medicare, whatever. That's not the point. Yeah. So anyway, finally, also, when I went to record back in January, I realized I had this big-ass yellow bruise down my... it was started here all the way down to my chest. So I had to... for a while. Since then, I've also done a couple of recordings as well. I done goofed. I recorded one video, and apparently with my headset plugged into the PS4 controller... I'm doing that this time because I feel more comfortable with headphones on. Makes no difference whether it's in or out. Yeah, apparently Elgato, the game capture software, if you have a headset plugged into your PS4 controller, it takes all the audio away from the Elgato game capture program and puts it into your headphones. So I recorded a full 2-hour video and no fucking audio. No way to separate the two, so... whatevs. I might end up getting not a splitter. I don't know, I guess an audio splitter would be beneficial, but anyway, that's not the point. Point is, we're here today, and we're going to have some fun. Yeah, I was going to do this back on Valentine's Day. Actually, I did do this back on Valentine's Day. I ended up playing Galgun, and I forgot all the entire storyline. I also got a shitty ending, so it's probably a good thing I didn't upload that. But we're going to see what happens today, and we're going to have some fun with this, and see what happens. So I ended up doing the blog part of this, or I will be doing the blog part of this before the video gets uploaded, because I got to edit it and everything too. But I decided that today I'm going to go through the last day of June, which is... it's an interesting game, to the point where... how do I word this? Going back and forth in time is something that I thoroughly enjoy about Final Fantasy 13-2. Doing it in the last day of June... yeah, fuck it, let's just hop in and I'll show you guys what I mean. Anyway, we're just going to start the game now. I'm going to line up my button press to my Elgato. Because, gotta do it, right? So anyway, last day of June. Up on the screen now. June and Carl are the two main characters. No last names as far as I know. This game, by the way, it was produced, or helped being produced by 505 Games. Ovo Sonico made it, but most of the art direction, storyline, and things like that, you'll see this Massimo guy appear. Can't remember what his first name is. It will come up. Do apologize to the creator of this game, because this is a beautifully made game. Anyway, not the point. Point is, we're going to hop in with our Disaronno, and I'm going to mix it with Mountain Dew today, just to be a little different. If I can get the bottle open. And this is probably going to be like the worst tasting mix ever, but it makes a pretty green color when I mix Disaronno and Blue Mountain Dew. So, swamp water. Welcome to the swamp. Oh, that's actually not bad. Anyway, it says restart, but it's been a long time. So yeah, 505 Games presents The Last Day of June. Now, it really threw me off the first time I played this game, by the way. Because they have no eyes, and that's fucking creepy. I do like the cuteness factor of this. I'm going to turn the volume up just a smidge. Where did I put my remote is the question. Damn, it's behind me on the couch. By the way, I have a roommate who decided that it would be a good idea to redecorate today while I was at work. So everything's a bit of a mess right now. There's a bit of clothing and stuff. She decided to put a sweater on top of the couch with some like pillows and shit. Yeah, so if this is a little bit of a mess, don't mind me. At least the game rack, one of the game racks, is in sight, so I can just at any time without it going all the way across the apartment. Anyway, so Massimo Guarini. Oh, his first name was Massimo. Okay. But yeah, this is a game that it's pretty cute. I wish there was a run button. R1, nope. L1, nope. Nope. Cool. Me personally, I always grab the purple flower just to be nice to her. And by always, I mean this is my second time, so... Patent 100%. Can't not say always when I always do it. But yeah, she seems to like the flower a lot, so we'll, yeah, cool. There's not a lot of music in this game, by the way. It's like one of those things that, like, you don't really notice it. Ooh, what's that? Is that blue flower? Ooh, that's pretty. Those are really glowy flowers. Anyway. This is one of those style of games. you kind of realize the cuteness factor about it. Then it hits you real hard, and then you appreciate the beauty of it because it tackles a lot of those serious kind of... Oh, Steven Wilson did do the music for this. Okay. There's a song called Drive Home by Steven Wilson, and that's kind of what this game is based on. But you appreciate the beauty in this game because it deals with a lot of sensitive subjects like death, grief, pain, suffering, etc. Oh, June, you're so cold. Here, take this very non-flimsy piece of fabric. I also watched a really cool video recently as well. Fuck off, Pokemon Go. Kind of cute, the whole thing. Oh, yeah, I saw some theories about the Shadow of the Colossus. I'm going to probably try one of those challenges at some point too, but the whole 10 years long search for the last hidden mystery. Oh man, that was pretty cool. One thing I don't like about this particular title, I think it might be kind of similar to Maze. There's a lot of individual texture maps or something like that. Usually, like, when I went to school for 3D animation, I was told that the more texture maps you have, the longer it takes to load your scene. And don't get me wrong, this is a beautiful game, but if there's a lot of texture maps, bump maps, and things like that on every single piece of object, then that explains some of the load times as well. Otherwise, it's just a lot of rendering to get all the blur effects for the watercolor paintings and stuff like that. That's pretty cute. Something tells me that's Photoshop. No. Old man, little boy. Oh, look at me. I'm pretty. The friend and the hunter or neighbor, I forget which. But what the hell is this? Like, there's... Okay, I shouldn't say what the hell is this. But, like, up there at the top, there's a bottle, so it looks like wine. And then this cloth, like... It's a painting studio. I suppose, yeah, artists do drink to get through the day. Being able to hold a button to run is something I would love to have had the option for in this game. Oh. With this minimal style, it's actually not too bad. I kind of like it. It's kind of got this like Coraline, Corpse Bride feel to it too. It's like Tim Burton meets romantic comedy, except without vocals and without a lot of dead things. One thing I never really understood... She's going to be difficult, isn't she? The candy bowls. And fruit bowls, too. She's going to leave the candy there? Fine. I really wish I could run. Really. Sheep Prego. There's a small part of me as well that kind of wonders what year this was set in. Probably an older time. At least I'm assuming so. Who knows? Alright, let's do this, old man. You can't go at the door. What you got going on here? He fell asleep and she moved away from the stove while it was cooking. You're obviously not as good at drawing as she is. You? Okay.
Oh, what's that?
Some of the walking in these games is just brilliant. It's good to know they both have the same fond memories of the lake, though. Where do I go? It's actually a really good question. Where do I go? Oh, right. The shooting. Right. I gotta open the window. Just the fact that he's shooting a little bird with a what looks like a shotgun or a musket is just beyond me. I am beyond words. And some of the burgers in this city are beyond meat. Just, yeah. The non-meat meat that you can buy in stores. Yeah, some of the restaurants in the city are doing that now. Not too bad, from what I heard. It's... Alright. Come on there, you crazy wench. Oh. Cool, well thank you for returning that. This here, by the way, this is actually the start of the story. Like, this is not prelude, this is the story here. My bunny's asleep. No, back. What about your sketchbook? Damn it, sketch. Fine. Turning into a horror game now. It's kind of weird that this game kind of goes in fragmented memories, though. Kind of like the sheet music on my arm, fragments of memories. Just because, like, you start out in the middle of the story, then you go to the beginning for yourself. Then you go back to the middle, but it's for, like, all the different characters. It's kind of cool, but... Open your package. Oh, you. Oh, Carl. Carl! That kills people, Carl! Put this in the passenger seat. You'll pay for that, you. I don't want to drive. I actually hate driving in rain. It's the worst friggin' feeling. I mean, driving in the rain itself is not bad. It's when you hydroplane, that's when things get really ridiculous. So by the way, guys, I actually did find... Come on, turn on, car. There we go. So, I did find a pretty good deal on eBay, by the way. And there's a couple of really funny bits on this. I actually got into a fight on eBay. This is going to be a fun one for you guys while this is kind of doing its driving thing. So, I bought a bunch of PS1 games, and that worked out perfectly. This guy was like getting rid of his like case, and it was like Digimon World 2, 1, Tony Hawk 2, 1, 2, and 3, Cool Borders 3 and 4. There's a lot of different ones. That actually came in like a full case of games, and I was like, yes! So that was working perfectly. guy who sold that to me, I don't know your real name, but thank you. Great deal. Even though I'm Canadian, like the exchange rate is pretty terrible. Great deal. Because I had to pay the shipping and import fees too. So I lowballed, but he understood. Now, because I got Digimon World 1, I decided it'd be a good idea to get Digimon World 2, 3, and 4. This is where it gets fun. So Digimon World 3, that just came today, mint condition, perfect. Digimon World 4 is in the mail, no problems. Even Nier Automata. Got the statue on my desk at work, got the game over here. That arrived. It had a ribbon this afternoon. But Digimon World 2, that one's really hard to find. It's the one where you're in that machine and you have to go tile by tile and... you know? That one... Whew. I ordered it from a guy from Florida, and he had it listed on eBay as very good, like new condition. Which basically just meant there's a couple of scuffs and scratches, nothing too major, still plays, got the game, got the manual, everything. And I was like, cool. Well, you wouldn't list it like that if you didn't have good condition stuff. Little did I know. And he decided to message me. He goes, I'm about to ship the game. By the way, I should probably mention this. It doesn't have the game box or manual. It's just a loose disc. Why wouldn't you put that in the fucking description? Anyway, so he goes... I go back to him. I'm like, that's probably something you should have put in the item description, as in, like, used acceptable or used poor quality, something like that, because, you know, that to me indicates that you've done your research on what each category is. You know, I'll let him do his thing. I should probably hit X when it does that. So anyway, he got back after me, and he's like, I listed it as just game only. I'm like, no, your tag is good condition. That includes this, 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 and this. And he's like, well, I put it in a separate line on a separate thing under additional info. Said game only. I'm like, additional info is more for things like, I don't ship to Canada. Or something more along the lines of... Come on, grab your wheelchair, you. Or something along the lines of, like, there was no other category for it, like, perfect condition, but it's a rip, not an original game. That's what the additional info would be for. So anyway. Oh man, this guy took the pictures off the wall too, I just realized. Hey, that was a wider picture. Ooh.
Huh?
So anyway, this guy on YouTube, not YouTube, this guy on eBay, he eventually gave in. And he goes, fine, I'll refund you the money because obviously you didn't read before you hit the purchase button. And it's like, what the fuck? And he had the nerve to be like, oh yeah, by the way, we would love to have a 5-star rating on our service. No! Just fucking no! Like, you don't misadvertise, insult me in the refund email, and then ask for 5 stars. Sorry, but no. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. That was fucking shitty service. Now, that being said, though, the guy who shipped me Digimon World 3, it is actually, like... Hey. Like, it is actually pretty much mint condition game. Like, there is not a scratch on the CD case, the manual has no wrinkles, there's not even a fucking fingerprint on the CD itself. Oh. And that's actually my favorite one of the 3, so... Let's see. I need a can opener for the can. And I put it here. So logic tells me it's in this box.
Yeah.
Yeah! I got my quantum spanner, mate! Community reference for those of you... Oh, Jesus. So obviously he's in a wheelchair now, and he is without his partner. This is where it gets a little fun. one of the bunnies is out running around being a little bit of a shit, so I gotta keep an eye on her. Right, Bella? Right. So this here, this is the very first day. Oh, the very first day, the very first character. So this bittersweet moment here is actually bittersweet. So they have their time at the lake, which is perfect. Then they come back, and this kid is in the middle of the road. And in order to avoid hitting the kid, they swerve into something else. I mean, personally, I would have just ran the kid over. I'm sorry. The kid runs out in the middle of the road, around an old country bend, blind turn. Sorry, that kid just... Darwin's Law. Survival of the fittest. That kid is not fit. Platoon. Just where he gets like... Huh? Huh?
Oh.
Huh? Oh, it's like Cloud and Tifa at the well. I'm gonna be a soldier. I really don't like Final Fantasy VII, but I am looking forward to the remake, by the way. So for those of you who haven't seen the remake, I really highly recommend not watching it, the trailers. Because obviously you know it's going to be really fucking great, because Square Enix did a lot of groundwork for like Final Fantasy 15, doing like all the nature and stuff. And then with all the time they put into developing this remaster, reboot, whatever, just, it's going to be worth the wait. I spoil it for myself, and I kind of wish I didn't, because I wanted to be blown away by the graphics. Oh. God damn. But anyway, back to this. I can't... Okay, yeah, that's a scarecrow. Am I allowed to go up here first, too? No, because there's stairs, and... Crypts can't walk upstairs, only Bloods can. I'm kidding, by the way. This game, by the way, is very haunting for me. Come on, man. I wish you can just, like, do something to speed up the wheelchair or just the walking and running, like... It's just so tedious. At least it's not, like, Titus. Ha 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 ha! No, Zitchy, someone's thinking about me. Probably you guys wondering what I'm fucking laughing like Titus for. Oh well. I got the Ramza hair going on, so that's all I care about, really. Save her! There we go. Get into the storyline now. So, I got nothing until the screen loads. Oof. Oof. Fuck. I'm also making it a point, by the way, now. I know I do drinking games where, like, if I swear more, I drink more. I'm making it a point now to swear more in my videos, so that way I know I'm not gonna... Okay, let me word this. With the new child's censors on YouTube, there's videos that are for, or not for, younger audiences. The more I swear, the less likely I am to be accidentally mislabeled by YouTube as going into a for younger audiences category. Therefore, these drinking games, that's also why I drink in all my videos. Obviously, keep that away from younger audiences. Swearing, keep that away. And at least make one innuendo for every half hour of recording. This way they don't be like, oh, you misadvertised your channel. It's actually this category. Make no. I got this. I got a plan. The poor kid, though, like, all he wants to do is go around and play soccer. And, like, the old man, Carl, is just like, no, screw you. I'm going to the lake. The hunter is like, no, screw you. I'm going to shoot this bird. And she's like, screw you. Don't play soccer, let's go fly a kite. And then it's like, no. She wants to, but she can't. What I really love about this game, by the way, and this is like the biggest thing that I love about this, is despite not having eyes or functional mouths, not having mouths or functional eyes, because it's just sockets, they somehow still convey all the emotion that they need to, which is something that's really kind of difficult to do. I mean, anyone can just be like, I am the sad. Done, it's a sad face. Or if you're like me, I have felt trouble reading facial expressions, so this. It can be sad, it can also be like bored, it can be, I don't know, pensive, like, I'm really bad at reading emotions, but this does it well enough that I can even guess it. So now, if you remember, by the way, the little kid in this storyline, he went out in front of traffic to get his soccer ball. So in slot 1, the whole point is to find a way to not go out into the street with a soccer ball. That's the way to save her. Now, each of these cards that pop up on the screen, so like this blank card is the kid, and then those two in behind are his endings. When we unlock the second character, she'll have a couple endings, the third character will have a couple endings, whatever. Come on, free ride. There's one thing that bothers me right now, though. I just realized this. He used this bungee cord, like he stole it from the old man to climb up here. How the fuck did he tie it to that hook? How did he get up into the treehouse? And he takes the bungee cord back. How the fuck does that kid untie the cord? What? Come on and take a free ride. Oh, cool, I unlocked a... Oh, his friend moved away. Okay, cool. That's where the kite went. Woo! We found where to go. Sort of. He sounds like a chicken a little bit, like. Oh, there is a run button. Oh, that's Brill. Oh, I'm sorry, kid, you failed. Oh no. I didn't want to throw it. I actually did not know there was a run button. I've been wasting my life away. Mind you, a lot of people would say that I'm wasting my life away doing this. I'm going to shift over a little bit because the reflection is kind of bothering me on that shelf. Do a little dance, like a little pantsuit on, and just... Without the little weird giggle that I just did, because that's just kind of weird. As much as you are there, dog, I... That is the Musketeer. I know, it's a terrible name for the guy who's running around chasing a fucking bird with a shotgun. Musketeer. I need... Where's my soccer ball? Come on, take a free ride. Why are these weird songs in my head? Not weird songs, per se, just... Why are these... songs in my head? Kablammy! That kid shot that out of the net in a weird way. Like, this kind of bothers me about physics, like, in games like this. It's like, yeah, I'm going to shoot the ball up and down to hit the kite up and out. Like, but that's neither here nor there. So the other people didn't want to fly the kite, so the old man might. You want to do it with me, old man? Not do it with me. There's the innuendo for the half hour. Do you want to fly a kite with me, old man? That's what I should have said. But nope. Old man and I are going to do it together. Granddaddy. Back in my day, we didn't have cam. We just had a puff of dust. I really want to use that joke when I become older. When one day I have grandkids. That'll be my funny gimmick. Yeah, no more soccer ball in the road. Yeah. Pig and an elephant DNA, it just won't splice. I also got to a South Park kick recently. So, yeah. Heads up on that. That actually kind of makes me sad to see that. I actually kind of, like... The reason I chose this game as well is because of the fact that when it comes to dealing with grief and emotion, men aren't the best at it. Like, this guy here, he's forced into this situation, I guess, where he's he's dealing with trying to change the past. And a lot of men, myself included, instead of talking out their feelings and, you know, getting past whatever's bothering them, healthily, they decide that it's best to try to find a solution. A fix, a temporary fix or permanent fix, either way. Though I think both of them. Okay, my rabbit is really getting at the water bottle. I'm just going to turn down the sensitivity here. There we go. Calm down, Mirren. For now. But yeah, men just aren't the best at emotions, and this for me is... It's kind of partly why I picked it, is because like, a lot of times you'll understand a little bit more as it goes on. There's also a kind of a... Oh god, where did this one go? Front door? Back door? Side door? Side door. Nice. Cute little onesies. Okay. I just realized what's going on in this game. Holy shit. Oh. These aren't the memories that he had of her. Ooh, I'm getting cold chills now. Like, ooh, I'm actually getting goosebumps. I know you can't see it from there, but damn. Because when they went to the lake, she was rubbing her belly before surprising him with the gift. So she was pregnant at the time. This is her giving birth. But when they came back from the lake, she had not given birth yet. In this one, she's like full-on preggo. These are not memories. Oh my god. These are what could have been, not what has happened. Woo! Let's save her. Let's save Private Ryan. Let's do this. We're gonna get her back. And we're gonna do this right, and we're gonna make those memories happen. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we'll do. By the way, guys, I ended up getting a switch light. Very, very yellow. Kind of matches the wall when the light's shining on it. The wall actually is white, by the way, not yellow. But I ended up picking up... Let's see if I can find... yeah, there's something on it. Got like one hair hanging in front of my eye and it's bothering me. I got Octopath Traveler. Unfortunately, by the way, switch light, I can't dock it to the TV. Octopath Traveler. Let's go Eevee. What was it? I keep thinking Rune Factory, but I'm picking that up on Tuesday. Oh, the Collection of Mana. What did I pick up? Okay, this is bothering me now. I feel like she, as a character, by the way, she likes him. I mean, I know she's sad that she has to move and, like, returns the can opener and stuff like that, but I feel like for her, being the friend, like, I feel like she has always had a thing for Carl. Because, like, why else would you get so emotional over leaving to the point where you almost throw out the memory book but then decide to keep it? Like, that's, to me, you know? Maybe you don't. Maybe it's just me. At least this isn't like some games where it makes you pack all the boxes up. Okay, what the fuck game did I get? Traveler. Let's go Eevee. Collection of mana. Remy Lore. That's what it was. Kind of one of those hack and slash games that I thought was going to play a lot like the Atelier games. Not so much, but still fun. Whew. Cool. Let's do this. Come on. You know, every time I see red leaves as well, I kind of think of Monty Python's Meaning of Life. There's this really funny... Okay. I'm gonna open the door first before I pick up the box, because that's just asking for trouble. It's asking for a ruptured spleen or something. The sound effects are so weird, like... Bleh. Cool. Let's open this first. Now let's do this. Oh, right. Forgot. Yeah, leaves are slippery. Cool. Well, we can at least run. Maybe. Why is it slippery with a box, but not without... Okay. I see what I need to do next. Right. That's where I got the card. Ah, I can't run with the box. Run! Woo! See, there we go. I know some people like a slippery mess. But she do. She do not. Let's get this out of the way. Yeah. Or as the Newfoundlanders, Newfies would say, yes, bye. Or as Jacksepticeye would say, top of the morning to ya. I'm actually really impressed, by the way, with the footage, not footage, the coverage that video gamers have gotten in the media recently. Like, Markiplier, for example, I think he was actually interviewed on TV. I haven't seen a lot with Jacksepticeye. But, that being said, there's... What am I trying to say here? There's a lot of news articles that kind of covers how upbeat and kind of, I don't want to say infectious, but infectious his positivity is. And it really is. Like, there's no way that I can ever compete with being that positive. And I don't ever want to try and be something I'm not, so that's why I'm not doing it. But I'm impressed with the fact that where in the past a lot of gamers have been like, oh, you play violent games, you must be a violent person, blah, blah, blah. For recent times... Yeah, fuck it, we're good to drive. But for recent times, I find that a lot more gamers have been getting involved in positive news articles. Kind of like how different people donate to charities and stuff like that, like Markiplier and Jacksepticeye. PewDiePie, I think, had some charity donations as well, despite being pretty hated a few years ago. He had a few different comments that he made. But for those of you who haven't watched this before, like, that's kind of my ultimate goal, is I want to get involved in charities and stuff like that. I am starting up a Patreon soon. I'm just trying to figure out what the tier levels are and how regularly I can post, because it's difficult for me because I work full-time, which is fine. Working full-time is not a big issue. But when you also have a roommate who doesn't work a lot, and you can only record when they're not home, kind of makes a big dent in your time frame. That's kind of what I'm getting at. Let's accelerate. Whee! So hooray, I just got the same ending I had before. I kind of wish, in this one, that because of her being her, like the way, like what she did, didn't tie down her boxes, that she was the one who ended up in the wheelchair. But that's just me being dark. Not dark. Karmic. I like that word, karmic. Cool, let's go back to the kid, and we'll see what we can do. In the famous words of LeBlanc from Final Fantasy X2, we're gonna get your act together. Because I think she said that as the songstress or the dancer, one of the two. Let's play.
Yeah!
Yeah! Whee! Yeah! Ooh, available choices. Oh. Whee. Let's fly. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out in my head where that voice came from. It was the Man Bear Pig episode of South Park. Man Bear Pig is a serious issue, guys. Just... Or you could think of the Lumpy Space Princess from Adventure Time. Pretty similar. Like, oh my god, finish out. It bothers me that I can somewhat do that voice. Cool. So yeah, you'll notice as well with this game that every time you play a character, there's something that you're missing. Something that you're missing. That makes you unable to save her. Now, luckily, there's only like 3 characters to, or 4 characters to play as, so it's not too bad. It's not like we're getting to like Run Lola Run, where, oh my god, every time she runs down the stairs, there's like, she bumps into the old lady gets pissed off, buys a lottery ticket, and becomes a millionaire. And then the next day, she doesn't bump into the old lady's just whatever, youngins. Yeah. Yeah. Yeet. Come on, old lady. I want to say I kind of like that style. I'm not staring at her ass, by the way. I'm staring at her skirt. Just the pink and blue really, they mesh well together, I should say. Cool. And by the way, now that the kid is no longer flying kite, bungee cord. So let's do this. Oh, I think I just saw something. Oh, is this what you usually do? I don't want to greet you. It'll take up too much of my time. Yes, I am that mean to people. Not in real life, just in video games. Honestly, by the way, for any of you guys who have watched the Focus on You video of mine, that is pretty much how I interact with people in real life. Yeah, it's... Shit, I gotta go to the other side of the car. Fine. Yeah, it's like when I wore the VR headset and I was like, felt like I was in a date, I was kind of a little sarcastic, but like not enough to the point where I'm like degrading you. That's kind of me in real life. So if you want to see the real me, just watch my VR videos. Specifically the Focus on You one, because that one I felt really too into. Not into her as a character, she's too young, but into the spirit of the session. By the way, Focus on You now has a companion update called Studio something, or Focus Studio, or whatever it's called. It's kind of just a studio. That's it. There's no like story behind it or anything like that. Cool. No kid anymore. Woo! No kids. Yeah. And of course she strapped up all of her boxes. So. Can't do the fart sound like that. There we go. That's probably the worst freeze frame you could ever have of me, is like trying to make fart sounds. But you know, as I say, the show must go on, and this is YouTube, so have fun. Meme away. He's so happy. He's like, woohoo, I saved her. Where is she? And then he gets sad again. See, now, when I think about... Oh, there he is. This situation as well. I need to tilt my chair so I'm not glaring the shelf. I'll fix that for later streams, later recordings. What was I going to try to say there? Let's remember what happens next. But when I think about situations like this, where he is forced to remember all of his past whatever and like change the past, it kind of makes me glad I don't have a visual imagination or visual memory or anything like that. It's like conceptual, it's all like abstract. Which is also probably why I can't really form the best sentences, is because I can't picture it in my head to describe it. Actually, I should probably look for other people who can't really, you know? Oh, now this guy's in the way. What's he gonna do? Fucking slip and fall on his ass on the pavement, or fall through the windscreen? So, by the way, I work at a car insurance company that deals with UK car insurance. Windscreen is the UK version of a windshield. So that's where the windscreen came from. Just getting that out there. Same thing as well, if you look at your car insurance, you call things a deductible. the amount that you contribute toward a claim. Funny enough, in the UK it's actually called excess. We call it deductible, which is weird because, like, Canadian, we share the same monarch, but the language is so different. Like the loo, the bathroom, the wash closet, WC. Anyway, apparently he didn't fall through the windshield. Bleh. Just the rocks did, so that's not too bad. Got some rocks. You rock. You teach us how to sit. And that is what we need. Iron hook of these. Okay, so you guys are both painting together then. Oh, no, that's just one big easel. Just making him do all the heavy lifting. Oh, right there. What's the guy's name? Not Gaston. What's his name from Tarzan? Clayton. Clayton. That's all I can think of when I see his musket. Although, kind of Gaston as well, now that I mentioned it. Oh well. This back and forth wheelchair thing, this is the most excessive part of the game. It's so extra. Some of the faces I make, I wonder how you guys even watched this far. Like, gotta be used to that by now. Like, imagine also, like, going through your memories and you just hear the fucking door slamming around you. Like, you gotta be in some kind of weird spirit void at that point. Maybe he's in a spirit void. Again, the faces. What is wrong with me? Nobody knows. Nobody will ever know. Not even me. But yeah, it kind of makes me glad that I don't have visual imagination. Where it's abstract, and I feel like I should actually ask people who can't really make sentences confidently if they have problems with this as well. I'm trying to find something that makes a connection. Apparently I inherited it from my mum. She had no idea that my brothers can picture full scenes and actually, like, manipulate them in their heads without even doing anything, as if they were in VR. And she sees black just like me. She has the checklist of things that she should be looking for, just like me. Or me just like her. But no visual imagination. So for things like this, where you have, like, I want to say PTSD. The sound effect. Things like that. It's kind of, it's difficult for me to imagine myself in the situation where I would have to reimagine my life. That fucking laugh. It's just, like, I've tried my hand at writing before, and I have memories in my head that I can relive. That's probably why I have, like, dead eyes all the time, because hard to be emotional when you can't put yourself in somebody else's shoes emotionally. God, does that make me a sociopath or a psychopath or something? Not a psychopath, sociopath. Because I'm trying to, but I can't, and it's like, I've got to force it. Customer service is kind of sociopathy 101, but it's a whole other story. What was I going to say on this? But for example, I actually have had a couple of moments where I've tried to relive some of my younger days in my writing. Things like, at one point, having had a very serious relationship that became very distant, then became more serious before being ghosted and fizzling away. Yeah. Fucking kid. All the apples. Apples. Apples, apples. Just, I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because this guy's. It just reminds me of the only cartoons Wingardium Leviosa video. Just like, remember kids to swish and flick the shit out of your wand like this. Just, I know that's the weirdest thing to find funny in this. But it's... oh my god. Oh. My god, that just... oh, that just tore me up inside a little bit. Just... oh. Shit. Follow the gleaming metal, I guess, is the name of this game. Oh, shoot. Guess we gotta end the day. No way around it, because the kid has the fucking dog tied up. Not literally. Dog tied, Jesus. Bah. Now, one of the other things that bothers me about this game, and I will follow this up with a compliment about the game, I'm not being negative, is like, I can't fucking skip this shit. Like, when the scene started, we saw the rocks fall, which was fine, but, sorry, my rabbit's just jumping around like a weird lunatic in a cage. We saw the rocks fall. We know it happened. We know he went out on the cliff. So why can't I skip the whole cliff falling thing? You know what I'm saying? Right, Mirren? Right. She agrees. Kind of. She shook her head like this. Come on. At least it sort of speeds up the start of the scene. Alright, no dog, no dog. I am gonna run this way. His hat, though, just keeps, like, falling off of his head. Just bouncing up, and it's like, how is he not losing his hat? But that's a whole other thing. There we go, so we got the kite. Woo! Ugh. Oh, but of course, now that I have the kite, bungee cord, her thing's not tied. That kid's greedy. He wants to fly a kite and he won't let me tie up my stuff, like... Kids are little demons sometimes. Part of me kind of wants to look at the kid and be like, so... if you don't give me that bungee cord, somebody could die. And the kid would probably be like, oh, cool, blood! Like, that would be kids. Back to the box ending. I want to skip this. Come on. You know what I really want to say to that hunter guy right now, though? I really want to look at him and be like, I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend, you know. Right. So, close the door. I have my dog back. All is well in the world, sort of. Maybe, possibly, who knows. Aw, shoot, here we go again. Boom, baby. Now, let's see what happens if I call in this tree. Because I think it went from there to there to there. So instead of going to this tree, it'll go the other way. Right. Also, how many fucking bullets does this guy have? I wish you would step back from the ledge, my friend. That's all I can think of now. And I feel like that would be the Shumi leader guy, Nord, in Final Fantasy VIII. Whenever he does that, like, boosha, 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 it's like, brrr. That's all I can think of. I have a weird imagination, by the way. I, like, try to make connections where possible, and it just works out so weird. Okay, so that wasn't the right way to go. Man, he keeps shooting the cute little bird. And missing, like, and he calls himself a hunter. How did he get those 5 medals? There's a lot wrong with this picture. Yeah, that should do it. Hopefully. Boom, baby. I wish you would step back from the ledge, my friend. No dog allowed. Oh, I just wanted to feed its baby some pure gold. Good luck with that. Yeah, it is this way. Maybe. I don't trust this. Let's walk slow. Ah, it didn't work. Kerplunk. Hey there. Why do I want to call the dog Churchill? Doesn't matter, the boxes are still going to fall, so. Huzzah for that. Can you also imagine, though, being the person... Should I go with the kid first? Yeah, let's go with the kid first. I feel like there's something I need to knock out of the way up there. But imagine being the person who... That bunny has flopped. But, yeah, imagine being the person who, like, if you were the kid... You're the one who accidentally made somebody die. How would you live with that for the rest of your life? Or if you're the woman who made somebody die, by, like, not strapping your boxes down. Like, of all the small things that you could theoretically do, and accidentally cause that much of a serious consequence... That would just be one of those things, like... Yeah, I understand that it happens. But... I'd spend my whole life kind of wondering what I should have done differently. And... That being said... Nah, I don't need to go in there. Whee! Oh, you would have caused a block, you little sly little sneaky little minx. Yeah. What's in that gate? Why can't I get in that gate? Interesting. If this was Pinterest, it would be Pinteresting. Or if we were in a bar, it would be Pinteresting. Then I wouldn't be Laguna Bardwell anymore. I'd be Laguna Bardwell. Because I would dwell. Never mind. By the way, guys, I know I keep saying this on every video. Is that a rabbit? No, that's a mausoleum. That's a church. Hey, is he all being a priest? Or does he just run a graveyard? Is it a crypt? Mausoleum? I don't know. Either way, that kid ain't gonna fall from boxes. I got this shit. Built this shitty on rock and roll. See, now the other thing about this as well that I really wish I could do is jump from him to her instantly. Because it just annoys me that I have to end the day, watch the fucking video, then play as her, end the day, and watch the... Like, I get the cause and effect. I really do. We built this city on rock and roll. I also just realized I have the Minecraft book collection down there on the floor. I've never actually opened them. Might be worth reading. Now, I did see another bungee cord. Yeah, I know, you're crashing. But let's do it. Let's get the other bungee. Boom! And the apples fall, and the gate opens. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. We will pop this up in the sizzle. Don't end the day yet, young lady. How is it that she didn't know that that's gonna fall? Like, and the whole stack wall. You know what you need, lady? You need a... what's it called? Wobble stopper from Final Fantasy... World of Final Fantasy. It's, stopped your stack from wobbling. Ah, yeet. Ah, yeet. Bungee cord. We gonna save this bish. Gotta filter some of my language out. Don't want to be banned from YouTube. Come on there, Churchill. Stop barking. Yeah. He's not on the cliff anymore. Oh, that fucking dog is gonna be the bitch, isn't he? And this is why I don't like dogs. Little yippity yappers. Okay. Oh, wait, I opened that other gate as a kid. I can get in to get the medal now. I hear you, Bella. Cool. Open the door. Slam the door. Is it gonna make me shoot all these fucking trees again? Oh, cool. It didn't make me do it. Huh. Come on! Oh, fuck. Come on, Lord Farquaad. Can't crouch. Ooh, I see a little bubble. And in that bubble, I see a little silhouette of a man. Galaboosh, galaboosh. Oh, you do the fandango. Galileo! obey the law. I need to go. I know I'm not singing properly. I've had drinks, I have headphones on, and I'm focusing on how not to kill somebody. Which sounds really weird out loud, because that's something that you shouldn't have to focus on. Cool. So he got the medal, which means he didn't fall and the dog's not trying to rescue him. Fine. Kite. No soccer ball. Mounted. No boxes. We got this. Oh, cool, he's working on a birdhouse. That's cute. You know, this is kind of actually like watching a Tim Burton movie. It's all like claymation style, stop motion almost. Even when like the silhouettes of what would have happened disappeared, it's kind of, it's like at the end of Corpse Bride when the Corpse Bride herself, Emily, I think her name was, ends up disappearing into the cloud of blue butterflies. That was a powerful scene, actually. Oh man, he's getting pissed. Come on, old man. Okay, he's really pissed. Take a deep breath. Let's remember what happens next. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of pissed. I just did all that work sorting out the best way for this not to happen. Or this, you know, tragedy not to happen. And she's still not here. What the fuck did the old man do? Well, stay tuned and let's find out on the next episode. You know, okay, let's just see what happened. So there's no boy. Ba-doo. No boxes. Ba-doo. Cliff. There's the cliff. Ba-doo. Cool. What the fuck happened? Is the old man, like, lying dead on the road or something, and you, like, run him over? That would be... How did the rain get that heavy? Did he just get scared by a thunderbolt? Sigh. This is such a dark, twisted game. Oh my god, my face right now? The freeze frame on that is fucking... I look demented. And this is where all those memories of what could have been all vanish. Why does he have 4 doorways into his house? How fucking secure can that possibly be? Like, you have one... Fine, I can't take the stairs. Like, you have one door... That would make sense. Because with one door, you put like an automatic gun turret or something like that, or a security alarm, you're good. Windows, you just make them unopenable, you're good. I mean, they can still be broken, but, you know. But, like, the wind... Like, 4 doors, like, how secure is that, really? Because you're providing... Oh, fucking Jesus Christ. Stupid fucking wheelchairs. You're basically providing 4 fully open, and from what I can see in this game, not locked. Because, like, where the fuck's the keyhole? There is none. Well, this is one of those doors where you gotta push the handle in and turn. But even still, window on the door, just... You're in. You're in. You know what I mean? Like... Alright. What happened? Is the old man Ramu and he summoned thunder or something? I need to stop making those faces. This eye here is like a little bit more tired than the left eye. I love how now it's saying save her with a question mark. Are we actually going to save her? Stay tuned. This is kind of like watching an episode of Dragon Ball Z. Because you don't know how many episodes it's going to take Goku to take a dump in his freaking gravity chamber. You know what I mean? Like, you probably don't. Or maybe you do. It was like... I can't remember the name of the planet that Goku and them went to get the set of Dragon Balls. Not Enron. I remember Raditz. I remember Frieza. I remember the Ginyu Force. Whatever. Anyway, it took them like 7 or 8 episodes to train in the gravity chamber. It was like, really? God, Bella looks so bored over there. Oh, right. So, old man. Wait, this was before the story. Okay. Yeah, so this is fragmented. We're going now before the story ever happened. Okay, I need to quickly get a picture of Bella, because this is kind of priceless. There we go. So this is kind of like the moment where he realizes that everything started because of the present she got from the old man. The kicker for this one, though, the ultimate kicker on this, is he was asleep when that old man arose. He was asleep when that old man had arrived. A riven. They're all the same. One's just Old English, one's New English. Anyway, how would he know that the old man delivered that gift? Unless this is kind of like a meta thing. But you see, there's a lot of gaps in this where he would not have known what happened. And you can tell he's getting frustrated. All those cards that were there before just go... Let's do this. Whee! She looks so happy too, like... By the way, guys, I finally think I figured out how to pronounce one of the characters' names from Final Fantasy VIII. I'm basically saying that Rinwa is the main love interest girl, the girl in blue. And the reason I'm saying that is because it's dangerously similar to the word quinoa. You don't pronounce it quinoa, so why would you pronounce her name Rinoa? Renoir. Kind of like the Renoir painting, or the Rembrandt painting. Is that kind of like classical thing? Renoir. I like that idea. Okay, you can't go through there. What up with you, man? You old coot? Oh. So you hear all the screaming in the background, too. Okay, didn't happen there. This old man who can't even walk properly without a cane boogies so much faster than any of the other characters. But you can hear her screaming in the background, like every time this situation gets reset. This is kind of what I'm trying to get at with this whole video, because like this is just back to the beginning again. Come on. There's also two ways to interpret the ending for this game. And I'm going to get to those as they happen. But the first part of this one is Carl, in all of his infinite, I want to say wisdom, knows what's going to happen every time this resets. And every time he does, or every time it does reset, he tries to find a way that it just won't work out negatively, I guess is the word, or unfavorably. Bye-bye, old mansion. Shit's getting interesting now. Shit's getting more than interesting. This is like couch chat with Laguna Bardwell, and then the boom, the magnum opus of indie games. I'm so tired right now that was funny to me. Don't know why, but it was funny to me. So yeah, this is the first ending of the game. Right here is where it starts. I think it was this one. Or no, it's just after this, sorry. The old man is always going to appear at the door. That ain't going to change. Come on. His little brrr. Also his brrr. So, this is the first part of... Part 1 of the ending is... And I might actually cut this video later to make a summary, if you will. Actually, that'd be a good idea. Play through the game, get all the footage, cut it to make a video. I can do that. So he can't change the old man. Every time he tries to change the old man, he always brings the gift to the door. Now, he's trying to change June. This here. This here. Fine, get your wheelchair caught on a pixel. So she bikes here. So that means she would arrive faster. So instead of arriving when he goes upstairs. That didn't work. She still wants to go to the damn beach. This is frustrating. So I think if the kid plays soccer... and just she changes her path. She'll try to sneak in. Kid is not there. Stops her in her tracks. He wakes Carl up. Man, there's a lot of shit going on in here, too. Like, this is a well thought out thing. Still that. Fuck. Cool. I think I know what to do. Because she isn't aware that he wakes up. There we go. That's the one. This is where it's going to get a little bit more interesting. So she's still got the gift behind her back at that point. Only this time he suggests the lake. Curiouser and curiouser indeed. Now, there is something else about this game. There's one little thing. So, it's hard to explain the ending appropriately. But this man has tried everything in his power to change the past. And at the end of the day, every time he puts on his glasses, every time he wakes up from his what have you, he's finding himself more and more depressed and unable to get out of the chair. As we can see. Come on, Carl, grab your fucking chair. I'm pressing X. Now, in this storyline here, this is the ending of the game. The first storyline ending is he tries all of these different routes in order to stop from June dying, only to realize that... Oh, come on. That he can't change the past, basically. All I can think of is still that... Come on. But yeah, and that's kind of one of the biggest things about life is like coming to grips with the fact that you can't change the past is a big thing. And for this, him reliving all of these memories is it's him trying to change the past but can't do it. And even in his own head, he always still has the realization that even if he changed it, she still ain't here. If the kid hadn't put the ball in the street, she'd still be there. If the woman had tied up her boxes, she would still be here, right? That's the whole point of that sequence. Now, for him, at the very beginning of the game, he was kind of listed as a superhero. Not listed as, but like drawn as a superhero in her sketchbook. And the reason for that... Well, not the reason for that, but the part of that first ending. The one that I'm getting into right now. This is her sketchbook. So June had this. And this is like the dog, the kite, the kid with the ball, the girl with the boxes. All of this stuff is laid out in her sketchbook. Even the hunter is still there. In the end, everything leads to the car crash. But now he is there as a superhero holding the flower from the pier. That's kind of why I picked the flower. I was told it was a good idea. And the accept part is him being a hero. Sounds fair, right? So in this ending, he finds a way to save June. Come on. Come on. Now, remember at the very beginning of the game when I got into the passenger seat and he was forced to get out and go around and become the driver. In this ending, he refuses to get out and makes her drive the car. So, in the first ending of the game, the first interpretation of the ending, I should say, she's the one who ends up driving the car. Now, when he was driving the car initially, he was the one who almost hit the kid. He was the one who almost hit the boxes. He was the one behind the wheel. He was the one who made all this driving choices that led up to that moment. And ultimately, because he was driving, she was the one who ended up dead as a passenger. Obviously, he couldn't change the past. So either way, somebody in the car, whether it was the kid causing it, the boxes, the cliff falling, the act of God, the thunderbolt, somebody has to die in this accident. So in this ending interpretation, since he makes her drive, he is sacrificing himself so that she will live. So that's the first ending interpretation, which is fine. There is nothing wrong with that as an ending choice. If you guys want to believe that, that's entirely up to you. I don't think that's the case, though. I really don't. Because every time he has tried to go back and change things, he keeps hearing her scream, or you keep hearing her screams in the background while stuff is going on. Come on. You can say your goodbyes now. She is now vibrant and living. He is now gray and gone. He does try to console her, but you can't really get over heartbreak that easily. And that's the part of the whole death and grief part of it, is like, you are going to have these moments in your life where you're going to lose somebody that you love. But at least, hey, he finally gets to open the gift. Though I kind of wonder what was in the box. I really do. Now, her coming to terms with him being dead and gone. It's not... I don't believe in the whole time travel, sacrifice yourself to save somebody else, changing your fate type of thing. So, for me, there's a psychological aspect to a car crash that you always end up having if somebody dies, and it's called survivor's guilt. And for me, the whole idea of going through, now her replaying this from Carl's perspective, him getting depressed, trying to change things, knowing that if he was still alive, he would be riddled with guilt and unable to live with the guilt that he had, is part of her healing process. The other part of the healing process is writing that sketchbook and listing out all the different things that could happen differently. That is her way of piecing that together. And even though she wishes that it wouldn't have happened, that they didn't go to the lake or anything like that, I feel like that's why you hear her screams coming through when the old man's sequence is going, to stop that first initial bit from happening. So that's her coming through, not him. He's not the one screaming, she is. So part of this whole charade or charade, or whatever you want to pronounce it as, of dealing with the aftermath of this accident. With his situation, his entire world is dark and bleak, and then there's this one, the baby's room, which is bright, sunny, and cheerful compared to the rest of it. That is her reality coming through, not his. Because he never had the baby's room. Not really. He had the empty storage room that he never would have seen because he would have been dead. So for her going through, listing off all these things that would have happened, making a story in her head where he was able to change time and sacrifice himself to save her, it's kind of her way of, like when you go through and you accept him as the hero in her sketchbook, it's her way of putting him as the hero in her own mind. So that way she doesn't feel as guilty about him dying. So it's almost like he purposely died to save her and the unborn child, rather than her being the guilty survivor and why didn't I die in the crash. So for me, that's kind of the ending of the story itself, is because like it's all her dealing with her tragedy. I just realized the kid is played by Angela, and so is the best friend. Interesting. And so this is kind of why I'm really into this game and the whole butterfly effect theory, is because I like the idea of exploring the past and seeing what kind of options were there. I'm also terrified of that option if I ever do get to play it in my head. Excuse me. But knowing me as well, I would also be June. I would be the person who would have to create a story in my head in order to deal with Survivor's Guild. And so I know it's not the easiest thing to deal with. I've had a couple of moments in the past where I've been like, I wish this could have changed. What could I have done differently? What could I have done to stop this? Blah, 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 blah. Or you have a bad feeling and you don't really act on it. Like you kind of know something's wrong and you're just like, hey, check on your friends type of thing. And then before you know it, one of your high school friends is like crushed under a car type of thing. Like you don't take that moment to warn somebody that you have a bad feeling that something's going to happen to them, and then it ends up happening. Things like that, they do happen. It's because of a sixth sense thing. Sixth sense, but also a sick sense. But it's just really hard to explain the entire thought process. I'll probably have a better essay format, and I'll be able to, you know, I mean, I'll be able to word it more accurately when I can write it down in this like paper form and then cut a video for it later. On the spot, it's kind of hard to explain the situation, and I will study more about psychology and stuff. Yeah, events and characters depicted in this play are fictitious. However, these situations can actually happen to people. Not the time travel part, but the, you know. It's actually still, again, based on that song, Drive Home, that I was mentioning at the very beginning. Now, for the true heartbreaking moment of the game. The real, that bittersweet, like, here it comes. You guys ready for this? She is no longer with Carl at the pier, lake, wharf, pier. It'd be a pier because it's a lake. Wharf would be the waterfront, ocean area. At the lake, same situation as before, but now we have a little Carl, little Carl Jr. Just plunking away. If you remember, I picked a purple flower for her at the beginning of the game. The first time I played this, I picked the yellow flower, and he gave her a yellow flower in the end. I don't know if that's just random or coincidental, or if there was something else. Or maybe it's just my memory tricking me. Kind of like that 2.5 Men episode where Charlie's like, I thought my couch was tan-ish. And it was. But after Alan points out it's green, you're like, oh yeah, it's green. Then you go back to earlier episodes and you realize it was tan. I don't know if this is just me correlating things that aren't actual causation. I just realized my tongue is a little blue from the thing. But this whole bittersweet moment right there of just when he comes up with the flower that the husband gave in the opening. Oh my fucking god, that is writing gold. I'm going to stop the Elgato capture now because that's just 2 hours. That's a lot. Did that not capture? Oh, I gotta stop. Hit the record button. Whew. There we go. Now it's exporting. Whew. That scared the shit out of me. Ooh, I should actually leave this open, because when Elgato does its thing, I just want to make sure it's not going to cut off any video footage. But I hope you guys are loving this kind of thing as much as I do, because I love delving deep into psychology, human emotion. I'm terrible at reading emotions, but I love dissecting it. Maybe that's what's going to help me get better at this. But when it comes to games like The Last Day of June, if you guys have anything that's like off the beaten track, something that's like really funny, like Galgun is funny because it's just out there, Deponia, Monkey Island, things like that, or just psychological games like The Last Day of June or depressing shit, send it to me, please. But if you guys have any recommendations, let me know. If you guys ever want to do like a collaboration, I'm fine with that too. Just give me a shout and I'll work out a time for you. But no, in the meantime, though, if you have any suggestions, please go for it. I've got like King's Quest. I've got Doki Doki Literature Club. I've got a backlog of games. And now that I got the PS1 games as well, it's going to be a bit more fun to try and find some time. That being said, though, as always, I hope you guys play this game as well, because it is really fun to work out the puzzle for yourself, and hopefully I haven't spoiled it for you, because, you know, if you watch at the end, you kind of know how it ends anyway. But I hope you guys have at least played it, and you like to see other people's commentary on the ending, because I like this kind of stuff, figuring out endings and conspiracy theories, and I'm like that guy in the meme who's got the billboard and the red yarn, and he's like, this is connected. Like, that's me. Sarcastic and conspiracy theorist. Terrible combo. Anyway, on that note, I need to kind of sign off now because my roommate's almost home and I need to go to bed because I work early in the morning. Why the hell am I doing this? But yeah, as always, happy gaming out there. And yeah, any recommendations, let me know. Till next time, though, Laguna Matata.